everybody, and welcome back to another fun little bit. Again, still experimenting with everything. As today we look at the worst homebrew backgrounds and try and fix those. Now, of course, I will admit, coming right up to this, backgrounds are a little bit new for me. My background is more in Pathfinder, first edition, where we didn't really have backgrounds to really mess around with. Oh, hello. And of course, with the introduction of second edition Pathfinder, and now I've been playing fifth edition for about a solid year now. But of course, backgrounds are just one of those like weird things. Like, I honestly more feel like they are for more flavor than actual like bonuses, if that makes sense. All right, but we're still going to do the same rough thing that we did yesterday. I'm going to try and get through as many of these as possible. Because I figured out I have an actual timer going to help me with that, because I know I'll be spending more time actually editing things. Timer, and then hopefully I fix the music, because I do not want to be sitting here without music, I'll be very honest. But hopefully I fix the sound to where it's not fighting me. If that makes sense. Alright, so let's get on into this. So with the very first one of, I can already tell this is going to be fun. Who am I? Who are you indeed? And of course, again, I love the description. It just, you are a insert class here, and you don't know what your name is or how you forgot yourself. I mean, already this like just presents like a bunch of problems, like party wise anyway. Skill proficiencies. You are proficient with Holy Mother of Jesus, Sleight of Hand, Arcana, History, Nature, and Religion, Animal Handling, Medicine, Survival, and Performance. What? And I love how it's just, you're proficient with all of that, by the way. You aren't sure why you know these things. It may have something to do with your past. Oh my god. You're welcome to change suit to your... You're welcome to... Yes, I know, this sentence hurts me. Tool proficiency, proficient in a tool or a kit fitting your character. Ma'am. Yeah? Uh-huh. Yeah, and what important message do you have for the people real fast? If you could just repeat that one more time for the people. Very interesting, alright. Let me finish reading this and then I can give you treats. I know. Probably very concerned. Wait a second. You speak and understand 10 languages. Oh. And finally, you're equipped with 5 things from your past. At least one of them has to be a weapon. And you can have a wondrous item and other things that... Oh my god. Like, this is just a whole class in itself. Feature, what is this? You get things from your past. You may ask for an item from the GM once you remember big parts of your backstory. Note the GM has to agree to the item. But don't worry about up to this part right here. You can just pick whatever you want. And then, of course, you got your characteristics, which only one on each. And the flaw, which, as far as I was aware of, flaws should not actually hurt the character. Because I just kind of sped read right there. You have a terrible nightmares every few nights, 1d6 a week. Oh my god. You have to roll a con save or get 1 point of exhaustion. 2 if you get a natural 1. Holy shit. And then, of course, on the other side, you have a burst of knowledge, probably knowledge from your past, gain 1d6 to all intelligence and wisdom checks for 1d4 days. Holy night, this is going to be fun. Alright. So, second bit, same as the first. I will see you guys in a bit, and I will try and figure out what I can do with this. Oh. Alright, so, luckily, backgrounds are not as tedious as classes, duh. But of course, did have to think a little bit. So, what I gathered from Who Am I and Improved is that, and kind of looking at the comments too to see what other people say, is that it really is kind of the flavor is supposed to be a pick your own hero type of thing. Just really blank slating it. So what I did, I changed the description obviously to clean that up. So saying that while you've been a prodigy your whole life, you just haven't found your true place in the world just yet. Skill and tool proficiencies, languages, and equipment. Clean that list up to where you will get 3 skills, 2 tools, and 1 additional language, regardless of the restriction, though. And then equipment-wise, I just said choose a simple weapon, and for all intents and purposes, because I know, really, it's only the wizard, honestly, that has like a very tiny list, but for all intents and purposes, you are proficient with that weapon. Because I was forced to do a feature instead of just being like, hey, you get a random item. Just once a month you receive 100 gold times your level. Suggested characteristics, honestly, because it is a blank slate, you could either be a shy recluse, or you could even just be that bolsterous star of the show. So that's what I came up with that. And like again, it just like kind of tones down the overall power that this brings. And kind of simplifies the idea that you're basically building your own hero, but you don't want to commit to any specific like not stereotype. I guess it would be stereotype. Any specific stereotypes. Like, you're able to choose whatever you want to be. Alright. So, moving on. Ah, yes. The nerds. Again, comparing, like, yesterday with the subclass, there was a whole ninja class. So it makes sense that the nerds, and I am one of the nerds, by the way, would make a background too. The Isekai Otaku. Okay. So you're transported to this fantasy land with powers you have yet to understand. Skill proficiencies. You double your proficiency in all weapons. Fantastic. Feature untapped power. So every 5 levels, no space, levels you gain a +1 proficiency modifier. Which stacks with your original modifier. Okay, that's actually fair. Okay. I don't really see anything wrong with that one just yet. Suggested characteristics. Have a weird hairstyle in either red, blue, or white hair. Okay. Well, the good news is that this is a very easy fix, because yeah. Alright, so give me a second. I'll be right back. Alright, so again, not too confident with backgrounds, never have been. But what I was able to kind of piece together, at least a little bit. One second, let me hit that save button again. Is so for Isekai, so I changed up the description, obviously because they can't write good descriptions. Regardless of how you got here, you've been transported to another world that is vastly different from your own. Letting you pick one skill to become proficient with. You choose one weapon that you are already proficient with from your class, and then you double your proficiency when using the weapon. Untapped power, just add 1 to your proficiency modifier. Very simple. And probably the thing that honestly breaks, because again, the whole idea between Isekai and what this man was trying to do here is try and unfortunately make a protagonist. So I gave him a spell list, and yes, I know not every Isekai person gets magic, but that's beside the point. Pick a spell list, gain access to it. However, you only advance at a quarter of your level for that chart. So hopefully people actually understand that bit. Suggest characteristics. So just the generic. Instead of having a hairstyle that makes you unique, it's no, your sense of humor may just be a bit weird, and references and things you talk about may just like either not exist or have happened yet. And then of course I added an extra one, just getting meta. So your character has some physical characteristics that actually resembles you, the player. And however, if you are playing a human, your character looks exactly like you. Again, backgrounds, but I feel like this still gets the idea that other person was trying to get across a little bit. All right, so what is next? The Abandoned. I will admit, I'm kind of excited to get to this Exiled God thing, just because it's so stupid. But anyway, so the Abandoned. Abandoned are ones that who have had a good life. They were soldiers or maybe a noble. So why are you putting in other backgrounds here? But the Abandoned have given up their life, wandered, and have had a purpose, who are seeking something. Most Abandoned just wanted to be free, to have a life of adventure. But some have been kicked out, their old life turning against them. Okay, there's a lot going on in that paragraph already, so we're just going to to move on, I can't dissect all of that nonsense right there. Um, and here we go. Skill proficiencies. Choose 3 of this humongous ass list. Proficient in 2 tools of your choice. You understand and yeah, but you gain Draconic, Dwarvish, and 1 more language. Why these 2? That's what I'm curious about. Then of course you start out with the Adventurers Pack or Dungeon Pack, Shortbow, any simple weapon, and then 50 silver. Oh no, I forgot about the starting wealth. Shit. And 50 silver pieces. Holy crap. Feature telepathic dominance. Why? You can talk to a creature within 50 feet that you can see. They must roll a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, you can talk to them. You don't have to share a language to communicate. So what's the point of giving us all those languages? On a successful throw, the creature is frightened. But why would you... Why would you want them to be frightened if you're trying to talk to them? I get there are some instances, like with like interrogating in like interrogating somebody, because I had players do this to me one day, and like if you try to do this, like you could scare them thinking like it's the voice of God or something. But in a normal situation, why are you trying to frighten them? You can also manipulate objects under 20 pounds. You must make a dexterity saving throw. And on a successful save, you can lift the object, open a chest or door. And on a failed save, you can't use this ability until next dawn. Okay, oh, and I love this too. The abandoned usually choose any chaotic alignment. Like, why is this here? Like, is this some person who wanted to go for the whole Jedi and Sith thing? Like, because you've seen how, like, like Jedi and Sith, like they struggle to use the Force, like lift objects and shit. Like, why this? Okay, so I definitely have a lot more work to do with this one. So I will see you guys in a bit. Alright, so because the theme is just so weird, I honestly didn't know what to do with it. And because it seems like a lot of this low rated stuff seems to have the same problems in each one: too many skills, too many proficiencies, and incredibly overpowered features. Um, so of course, so still fitting in that. So I just said the normal. So 2 skill proficiencies, a tool, and an additional languages. Funny enough, this is actually the first one that gave me an equipment list. Um, so oops, I've been kind of forgetting that bit. Again, backgrounds not my thing. Um, so they actually get a choice between the Explorers and Dungeoneer pack, short bow, or any sort simple weapon. And then I bumped them up to 3 gold pieces because 10, what is it, 50 silver pieces? Like, why? Um, I reduced telepathy down to 25 feet. Um, just because, again, I don't see where it actually comes into this. But because I have now been going for a minute trying to fix these problems, my brain is a little on the fritz. So, and of course, did fix up the description again, but I thought that kind of went um, as an understood at this point. Characteristics, just you're a free spirit, very nice, simple, to the point. So, oops, very strange. There's no actual thematic element to that. All right, now on to the actual Jesus Christ. No, I bet this shit is going to be super overtuned anyway. But let's see what happens. Yep. Skill just blank. They just did this for shits and giggles. Skill proficiencies. All of them. Proficiencies. All weapons, armor, and equipment. Tools. All the tools. All the languages. Equipment. You get a magic greatsword. You get a magic, so you may hold it with one hand if you have a strength of 14 plus. You also have plate armor too, and a pouch of starting with 35 gold. I'm gonna hold my thoughts like right to the end of this real fast. So feature worshippers. Since you are an exiled god, there are some people who worship you, so you can get away with anything, and most people who know who you are will give gifts to you. Oh, but don't worry, it has a counter to it. You probably think you are important and immortal. You probably are super selfish. I I love how this basic, like, when we talk blank slate, like, we're talking like, here you go, here's a great sword that you only have with one hand, so you can still use a shield with this, and some plate armor, just in case that wasn't enough. And finally, more gold than any other background I've seen so far. Oh my god. Okay. So, this one is at least a very uh, fun one I do get to mess with, and a lot easier than the Abandon, at least. So, oops. I will be right back and let you know how that all goes. Okay, wait, hold up real fast. So I'm about to get into the editing bit, and I just noticed, because it wasn't actually listed in that initial description, but there's a whole spell list right here, giving you access to the Wish spell at level 1. But it's okay, because you can use them all, but you can only use Wish once a level. Oh my god. The fact that it's a 3rd level spell, that's the whole reason that I didn't add any spells to that abandoned thing, was because there's no way I'm giving access giving a level 1 character access to any spell that is higher than 2nd level. I'm sorry, that's just how my brain thinks. Alright, sorry for the interruption. Be right back. Alright, so I think this one is going to be the last one for this video. So what I did to the Exiled God was, well, not even clean up. I actually added a description for this man. For the proficiencies, now instead of just getting every skill, you choose one that you are already proficient in, and you double the bonus. You get one free tool, because why not? And equipment, so you choose a weapon you're proficient with, and double the proficiency bonus. Should probably change it to win you for that weapon. Oops. Choose a set of armor you're proficient with and add a +1 to the AC, and start with 17 gold. So for the feature, Exiled Worshippers, and I actually spelled Worshippers correctly. So in saying so with your exile from the heavens, you've shaken the foundations of the universe, causing you to be nearly erased in the minds of mortals. However, a few of them remember you and try and follow you, though they may be referred to as cultists and madmen. Mad Max. When you enter a town, oops, probably should be a bit more vague on that one. You make a charisma check with the DC depending on the town size. So for the really big cities, going from Metropolis all the way down to the Thorps. The reason you get more people with the Thorp is because I rationalize, so while it is easier for people to kind of know, like, oh yeah, no, they kind of like talk to you, you know. In a city, like, fewer people are going to be actively doing that in a bigger place. But a very recluse area will probably be a majority, if not entirely, comprised of your worshippers. And of course, should you make the DC, you'll be found by a number of followers as listed with these nice fancy little dice rolls. And they will offer free food and lodging along with any other benefits per the DM discretion. Just a lazy way to say, hey, I couldn't think of anything else to give. So just characteristics. Your newfound mortality is at times hard for you to grasp. And yeah, I probably could have done a whole personality chart thing where it's like, oh, yeah, it's like, but yeah, better let people do what they want. All right, but with that, I hope you all enjoyed. Doing backgrounds is definitely both a lot easier, but a lot stranger than doing the subclasses. But of course, let me know what you think of those comments down below, and if there are any other backgrounds you want me to try and fix, regardless of where they are in the rating system, please let me know down below. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. So long!